girlfriend. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Come on. Hey everyone, it's me, Ellery, and I am here with my recap and review for episode 8, which I am now claiming as my favorite episode of season 4 of Insecure. So if you're interested, make sure you stick around and stay tuned. And like I say every single week, I know that you've been here before. Okay, I know that you've been on my page. I know you've been tapping through. You're probably skimming through the videos. That's fine. But you can also subscribe while you're here. And then turn on your notifications so you don't miss any new videos from me. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, y'all, so episode 8 of season 4 of Insecure came on last night, and y'all, I'm just in my feelings. Like, the episode was magical. It was just so good. Jay Ellis and Issa together on screen, their chemistry has been, from the beginning, like, I'm just in my feelings. It was just a really good episode. And I know that I normally do like a quick and dirty recap of the entire episode. But this episode is kind of hard to recap because it was, not a lot happened, but a lot was said. And so it would be, honestly, it would be too much to kind of go play by play of the dialogue. I can't really recap it, if that makes sense. But I'm going to go ahead and give you all a few details. And then I'm just going to give you my review of the entire episode because that's all I can really do at this point. So let's get into that. The episode is actually called Lowkey Happy. And you just kind of see them kind of grown up and mature. We find out, because I hope I'm not the only one who was confused at like the timeline, but we find out that it's really only been a year in their world, even though for us, it feels like they've been broken up for like 15 years. And they both have grown so much as individuals. So they just kind of get together in the episode. In the last episode we saw with him and Condola, they have that exchange where she posed the question to him, like, if Issa hadn't cheated, would y'all be together? And I think that's what really got his wheels turning and him wanting to like ask her questions. So they finally just sit down and have that why Daniel conversation. What happened? Where did we go wrong? They talk about it in a very mature manner. One of the big things in this episode is that Issa found out that he did buy a ring for her. And he was like, why are you surprised? We went ring shopping. And she was just like, I don't know. And then of course, in typical Issa and Lauren's fashion, he cracked a joke because he was like, oh, you just realized you ain't shit. And it was like all over her face, like, yeah, I think I kind of did just realize that I blew it up. They actually ran into somebody that she had been like messing around with, who we all know is TSA, and he was his normal, loud, obnoxious self, which they were able to even blow past that. Some people can't get over seeing somebody that they mess with out in public. But you know what I'm saying? That can get a little sticky. But they just had a really great night. They really just had a really nice night together. We see that Lawrence and Condola are still talking in some capacity. We don't really know what that is, but she's like, hey, can you come over tonight? Can we talk tonight or whatever? And he actually is like, I'll try to come over there. But then at the end of the episode, towards the end of the episode, Issa's like, I want to stay. What happens if I stay? She ends up staying. If you watched the episode, you know what happened. We did the nasty. And then the next morning, they got up. They had their little, kind of that like awkward exchange. Like, well, how you doing? I'm doing okay. Whatever. And then Issa walks home and the episode goes off. So that's just my quick and dirty recap. Just a big general one because a lot happened as far as dialogue goes. And I'm not going to do a play-by-play of the dialogue. So now, let me tell y'all something. This was my favorite episode. I just feel as if Issa and Lawrence got their closure. And I think as a fan of the show, we got our closure. So I think that no matter what direction we go in, and no matter what happens, I think that it was good that we got that, because now we can lay Team Issa, Team Lawrence to rest. That whole thing, what happened, the cheating, Daniel, everything. I feel like all of that was buried. I feel like all of that was buried this episode. And I think that we needed that. Like, I literally just walked away from the episode like the whole time, y'all, I was like, look at them, they're so sweet, they're so precious. The whole episode, I was just like holding my chest, like, my little hearts. I'm still Team Lawrence, but still. I love the boldness of Issa when she was like, what if I don't want to leave? Like, I want to stay. I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a good time. Like, I love the boldness that she took, because I think a lot of times as women, we have this expectation that they're supposed to come after us. And a lot of times I think we end up shooting ourselves in the foot when we do that, because we have to communicate our feelings too. Like, she wanted to stay. And I love the fact that she took ownership of that versus walking out of that door and possibly never getting that moment back with him again, which again leads me to the fact of, I love the closure that we got, because I feel like, yeah, they got down, whatever. I still feel like it was like just a beautiful night. They weren't blaming each other for anything. They took responsibility for what they both did or what they both did not do. And then it was like they laid it down and was like, let's turn a new leaf. You know, they express where they are in life right now. They see the changes in each other. They're proud of each other. They're happy for one another. They're both individually happy, and Lawrence is getting there, as he said. Yeah, there's really nothing to say. It was just a really good episode. I think we got everything that we needed out of it. I think the questions that we had, the worries that we had, why didn't Lawrence stick around? Like, I think we got all those answers. One of the things that I liked at the end, which they also talked about in their wind down, was that at the end of the episode, they both seemed fine. It didn't end with this awkward, like, okay, well, what's going to happen next? And it didn't end with her like feeling insecure or seeming insecure about Condola. It didn't seem like they were second guessing what happened. They didn't feel bad about what happened. It just seemed like it was closure, and they both were satisfied. I think that could be a good or bad thing, because I think in our hearts we want Issa and Lawrence to be together, but I'm pretty positive that that's not what's about to happen. And I would not be surprised if this is Lawrence's exit from the show, because as you know, there's a constant conversation now, or a consistent conversation now, about him having a job in San Francisco. But yeah, overall, I'm just so in my feelings. It was a beautiful episode. It was magical. I felt like I got all of like our favorite Black love movies wrapped up into one 25-minute episode. Like, and it was mature conversation, mature communication without trauma. I'm speechless. Well, kinda, because I'm talking, so there's that. But they exchanged some jokes about it. That was good. I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like I'm rambling, but I just truly enjoyed the episode. Like, I was just fully invested in watching it. I watched it multiple times, and I literally smiled the entire time watching it. Kudos, round of applause, standing ovation, whatever, all of that. So, per usual, leave me some comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you felt about the episode. Did you think it was trash? Did you think it was good? Or were you just like in your feelings, just like me? And can somebody let me know the name of the song that was playing while they was making love? Ooh, Chile. Issa knows she know how to pick some music, child. Again, leave me some comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and then turn on your notifications. And until next week, we have 2 more episodes left. Until next week, I'll see you all then.